Scotland, good morning, social media land. I hope you're well. It is Thursday, the 30th of January 2025. Scotland thrives when Scots make decisions, but Westminster is always waiting to take control. The election in 2026 isn't just about political parties, it's about protecting what Scotland has built and ensuring its future remains in Scotland's hands. Over the past decade, Holyrood has shown what can be achieved when decisions are made here by people who understand Scotland's needs. Free tuition, free prescriptions, renewable energy, these successes belong to Scotland and not Westminster. But all of this progress is at risk if we let Westminster tighten its grip on Scotland. Scottish Unionists may claim that the Union is essential, but let's not forget it's Holyrood, not Westminster, that has delivered for Scots. And when I say Holyrood, I don't mean Unionist Westminster parties in Holyrood. They've delivered nothing. 2026 will be no ordinary election. For the first time, Reform UK will be on the scene, aiming to destabilise Scotland's progress and shift focus away from what matters to Scots. They also want to privatise a chunk of our NHS. They also want to dissolve Holyrood and take control and centralise it back down in Westminster again. I wonder if there's proud Unionist Scots that really want that to happen, that feel so strongly about the Union that they want to take the whole decision-making process for Scottish issues and all those good things that we've done under devolution away from Scotland. I wonder if we Agnes down the road would survive paying our prescription fees. I wonder if her energy bills would go up, and I wonder if she'd be able to afford to pay for an ambulance under Reform UK's policies. I don't think so. This is why in 2026, tactical voting matters more than ever. We're going to have a look at that just now, because we need to gain a pro-Scottish Holyrood, a pro-Scottish government, and a pro-Scottish opposition. First, consider what Scotland has achieved when decisions are made here. We've talked about free university tuition, which has given thousands of young Scots the opportunity to pursue higher education without the burden of crippling debt. Remember, in England, students face loan repayments that can last for decades. Holyrood has made this possible because it understands the value in investing in Scotland's future. Every student that graduates debt-free in Scotland is a testament to what we can accomplish when we govern ourselves. We've talked about free prescriptions and we Agnes down the road. Thanks to decisions again made in Scotland, no one has to choose between paying their bills and accessing vital medication. Another stark contrast to where prescription charges in England still apply. This isn't just policy, it is a hardcore reflection of Scotland's values of fairness, compassion and protecting the vulnerable. And let's not forget again, and I'm going to bark on about this, our renewable energy leadership. We generate nearly 100% of our electricity from clean resources, making it a global leader in tackling climate change. That can't be anything but good. But instead of celebrating this achievement, Westminster siphons off the profits, builds superconductor cables to steal our wealth. But we should be proud of that, shouldn't we, as Unionist Scots? It's something that we should consider, paying higher electricity bills compared to people further south. The truth is clear. When decisions are made in Scotland by Scots that value Scotland, we all benefit. But the progress is only as secure as the government we elect to Holyrood. Now let's consider if we don't protect Holyrood. Westminster has a long history of imposing policies that harm Scotland. If Westminster gains more control, the achievements of devolution could be undone. Tuition fees could return, forcing young Scots to take on massive debt for the same opportunities that they have today. Prescription charges could come back, making healthcare less accessible to those who need it most. And our renewable energy resources, well, they'll continue to fuel England's economy while Scots pay the price. This isn't speculation. It's the reality of how Westminster operates. That is how they operate. That is how things are run in England. Do you really want that to happen up here? And then there's the democratic deficit. Brexit proved that Scotland's voice doesn't matter at all. Despite voting overwhelmingly to remain, we were dragged out the EU again. I have to say it, because our voice mattered in the Union. We wouldn't have had the crappy deal that we have now with the EU. Scottish Unionists must love to see Scotland overridden and ignored. It saves them from having to confront the reality that Scotland can actually govern itself. But the 2026 election, as I said earlier, brings a new challenge, and that is with reform. And with them entering the field aiming to disrupt our progress and appeal to voters with policies that only serve to divide and destabilise, what can we do to stop this? We can't afford to underestimate this. If pro-Scottish voters don't unite, Reform UK could exploit the divisions, taking seats and giving Westminster-aligned parties more power over Scotland's future. And as I said, this is where tactical voting comes in. Tactical voting is not about party loyalty, it's about ensuring Scotland's interests come first. And Scotland's additional member system gives voters the power to shape Holyrood, ensuring a fair representation for all. This means every vote matters, especially in a field where Westminster-aligned parties and Reform UK are working to dilute Scotland's voice. Using both votes strategically means that we can make a difference between pro-Scottish Holyrood and one that fully answers to Westminster. Not just answers to Westminster, but is basically guided by Westminster. Labour in Holyrood, Labour in Westminster, they're one and the same. It's just an extension. Go and look them up on the Electoral Commission's website. You'll see that there is no actual party called Scottish Labour. A pro-Scottish Holyrood doesn't just mean one party, it means creating a government and opposition that can work together for Scotland's people. It means protecting Holyrood's achievements while paving the way for independence, and it means sending a clear message to Westminster that Scotland's future will be decided here and not in London. The choice is completely clear to me. Do we want a Holyrood that puts Scotland first, or one that gives Westminster and Reform the keys to our progress? Scotland thrives when Scots make decisions, but Westminster's influence puts that at risk. This election isn't just about politics, it's about protecting the progress we have made and ensuring a brighter future for everyone in Scotland. Every policy that Holyrood has delivered, free tuition, free prescriptions, reflects the values that we share as a nation. And every time Westminster takes control, these values are pushed aside in favour of their priorities. Reform UK and Westminster will try to divide Scotland, but our strength lies in our unity. Your vote is your voice. Use it to protect Scotland's achievements. Use it to build a Scotland that puts its people first. Because unionist parties will never put the people of Scotland first. They'll just say lies and drag us through the dirt to make you think that Scotland is bad. But remember, the more decisions we make for ourselves, the brighter our future will be. It's been a mad week. Been sarky about Scottish Unionists. Understand, my Scottish Unionist brothers and sisters, I do love yous. I just don't agree with you. Alright? And tomorrow night we'll go live and we'll have a wee chat about this even more. So come along. Tomorrow night, YouTube and TikTok at 11 o'clock. Take care and have a great Thursday.
I can't get no sleep.